Imagine this for a moment. 4 rings are placed in front of you. No labels, no explanation, just 4 rings. And yet, without thinking too much about it, one of them immediately pulls your attention, not because it's the most expensive, not because it's objectively the most beautiful, but because something about it feels familiar, almost personal. According to Carl Jung, moments like this are rarely random. Jung believed the unconscious mind often recognizes something long before the conscious mind understands why. Sometimes through a dream, sometimes through a symbol, and sometimes through a simple attraction we cannot explain. The ring that catches your attention first may reveal something deeper than your taste. It may reveal the feminine archetype quietly shaping your relationships, your emotional patterns, and what your heart has been searching for all along. So before we continue, look carefully at the 4 rings on your screen. Don't choose the ring you think you should pick. Don't analyze, don't compare. Simply notice which one calls to you first, the one you keep returning to, the one you cannot stop looking at. Trust your instinct. Pause the video if you need more time. Choose only one. The ring that calls to you first may reveal more about you than you realize. Each of these rings represents a different female psychology archetype, a different emotional gift, a different hidden pattern, and a different longing of the heart. As we explore each one, pay attention. You may discover that your choice reveals more about you than you expected. Have you chosen? Then let's begin. If ring A caught your attention first, you may embody the sovereign woman. One of the most quietly powerful feminine archetypes. What attracts people to you is not loud confidence, it is certainty. You often know who you are, you think before you speak, observe before you trust, and rarely surrender your heart without reason. Many people assume you are emotionally guarded, but what they don't realize is that you feel deeply. You simply refuse to hand your vulnerability to everyone. You believe trust should be earned, not assumed. And because of that, people often respect you before they truly know you. But here is the hidden truth about the sovereign woman. Your greatest strength can sometimes become your greatest defense, because independence has protected you before. You may find it difficult to let others fully support you. You carry burdens alone, solve problems alone, heal quietly. You may tell people you're fine even when you're carrying more than anyone realizes. Jung believed every archetype carries a shadow. For the sovereign woman, the shadow is control, not because you crave power, but because uncertainty feels unsafe. And when something matters deeply, your instinct is to hold tighter. What your growth asks of you is surprisingly simple. To discover that trust is not weakness, that strength and softness can coexist, that being supported does not make you less capable. What your heart secretly longs for is someone who sees the woman beneath the armor, someone who sees the strength beneath your composure and makes you feel safe enough to finally put your armor down, someone who doesn't challenge your independence, but gives you permission to rest from it. Perhaps that is why this ring called to you. Part of your soul may be searching for a place where you no longer have to carry everything alone. If you chose ring B, you may belong to one of the most compassionate feminine archetypes of all, the devoted woman. The woman whose strength comes from presence. When your heart chooses someone, it chooses fully. You remember details others forget. You notice changes in mood. You check in. You show up. You stay, even during difficult seasons. In a world that often rewards detachment, you possess the courage to remain emotionally present. People feel safe around you, seen around you, loved around you, because you have a gift many people never develop, the ability to genuinely care. But there is something most people misunderstand about this archetype. Your devotion is not weakness, it is commitment, and commitment requires enormous emotional strength. Yet every gift carries a shadow. Because you love deeply, you may sometimes carry emotional responsibilities that do not belong to you. You become the caretaker, the fixer, the one holding everything together, and slowly, without realizing it, you begin carrying the weight of the relationship alone. Jung believed the devoted woman's lesson is not learning how to love more. It is learning where love ends and self-abandonment begins, because love should never require you to disappear. What your heart secretly wants is surprisingly simple. Someone who chooses you with the same certainty you choose them, someone who notices, someone who stays, someone who holds you, instead of always being held by you. Perhaps that is why this ring felt familiar. Part of your soul may be searching for reciprocity. If ring C attracted you first, you may carry the energy of the Enchantress, one of the most magnetic feminine archetypes. You experience life intensely. You don't simply observe emotions, you live inside them. Ordinary experiences rarely satisfy you. You crave depth, chemistry, meaningful conversations, moments that leave a mark. People often remember how they felt around you because your energy awakens something in them, something alive, something forgotten, something real. You are naturally drawn toward beauty, passion, transformation, and emotional honesty. But here is the hidden truth most enchantresses never realize. Your emotional world is so vivid that reality can sometimes struggle to compete with it. You may find yourself longing for a relationship that feels transcendent, a connection that feels destined, a love story that changes everything. And when reality feels smaller than the vision in your heart, disappointment follows. Jung believed the shadow of the enchantress is idealization, the tendency to fall in love with potential, possibility, fantasy, rather than what truly exists. Your growth begins when you realize something important. Real love does not become meaningful because it is perfect. It becomes meaningful because it is real. What your heart secretly wants is someone who can meet you at your depth, someone unafraid of emotion, someone willing to explore life beyond the surface. Perhaps that is why this ring called to you. Your soul may not be searching for companionship. It may be searching for transformation. If ring D drew you in first, you may embody one of the rarest feminine archetypes of all, the wise mystic. The woman who is drawn not just to people, but to meaning, patterns, symbols, and the hidden truths beneath appearances. While others focus on what happened, you naturally wonder why it happened. You notice emotional undercurrents, contradictions, unspoken feelings, things most people completely miss. Many people describe this as intuition. Jung might have called it psychological insight. You often understand people before they understand themselves, and because of this, people are naturally drawn to your perspective, your advice, your presence. But there is something few people understand about the wise mystic. Seeing deeply can sometimes feel lonely, because the more you understand others, the more difficult it becomes to find people who truly understand you. You may have spent much of your life feeling different, not better, simply different, like you are noticing a layer of reality most people overlook. Jung believed the shadow of the mystic is isolation, the belief that no one can truly meet you at your depth. But depth was never meant to separate you from others. It was meant to connect you more meaningfully. Your lesson is not to hide your insight. It is to share it, to let yourself be known, not just understood. What your heart secretly longs for is not admiration. It is recognition, to be fully seen, fully understood, without having to explain every layer of yourself. Perhaps that is why this ring called to you. Part of your soul may be searching for someone who recognizes your depth and isn't afraid of it. According to Jungian psychology, symbols often act as mirrors. The ring itself is not magical, but your attraction to it may reveal something important. A hidden desire, a recurring emotional pattern, a strength you already possess, or a part of yourself waiting to be acknowledged. Whether you chose the sovereign woman, the devoted woman, the enchantress, or the wise mystic, remember this: your archetype is not a box. It is a doorway into understanding yourself more deeply. If this journey helped you discover something new about yourself, tell me in the comments. Which ring did you choose? I'd love to hear which ring you chose and how accurate your result felt. And if you think someone close to you would enjoy this exploration, share this video with them and discover their archetype together. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more journeys into the hidden patterns shaping who you are. Because sometimes the symbols that call to us most strongly are quietly revealing the parts of ourselves waiting to be seen. And there is always another part of yourself waiting to be discovered.